the version of me uh 5 years ago that this would be happening, bro, it would be. This is like, I can't believe we're even speaking, bro. This is an insane,
Wow.
bro. Wow, man. I
Wow.
just want to say,
Thank
because
you.
I'm sure you hear this a lot in your life, but bro, you're such a hero to me, bro, and like such an inspiration for people like me. Like, I come from a small place in England, and like the idea that I can just the idea that someone like you was able to blow up off
Wow.
the internet and like have achieved what you've achieved, it's so inspirational to me, man.
Wow.
And like, yeah, man, I just wanted to say that off the bat, just
Thank you,
because.
man. That means
Yeah, man.
so much to me, man. And I watch your videos, man, and you're just so talented.
Thank you, bro.
So talented, and you bring so much joy to people. Your voice is so good, man. Keep
Thank you, man.
going, keep singing, because you're already making an impact, and that's what's so beautiful.
Thank you, man. Thank you, bro.
So
I
good.
love the new album as well, man. I'm always I feel like the world has been missing that music that's like
Mm,
got a real not missing. You can find it in different, but I think in like the mainstream pop world, like there's not been someone that's been able to bring out an album that's really moved me in a long time. And
wow.
like the tunes that you put on there, bro, like really touched me, man. And like I genuinely just, yeah, man, for
Wow,
real,
thank
so
you for
sick.
saying that. That's like the coolest thing ever when we can make music that impacts other people. Like, that's
Yeah,
the
man,
coolest thing ever.
for
Cool.
sure, dude, for sure. What are you up to today then?
I got rehearsals. I'm gonna rehearse, and then I'm gonna do this little thing later that I don't know if I can talk about yet. But
I hear
when it
that.
comes out, you guys are gonna be excited. I feel like.
Fire,
Yes,
fire,
sir. What are you doing today?
bro. I went skating today actually.
Sick.
Um,
Like,
cause I for me like
like
I got
skateboarding.
well, this is the thing. It's I kind of do a little bit of everything. So I skate, scoot, all of that stuff. I like it because, but I basically stopped doing all that when I was about 15, and that's when I started doing my music.
Yep.
And then like I got to a point recently where I was like, with lockdown and everything that's happened this year, like I was just like, I really need to like find something that like brings me as much happiness as music does, because I don't want to rely on music too much. I want to be able
Right.
to like find joy in loads of things. And then I was thinking like, what made me happy? What was making me happy before music? And that was going to the skate park, man,
Yeah.
and like it's exercise, and like it's so important, bro. It's so
Yeah.
sick, man.
And
But yeah,
that's so good that you say that because like um one of the things.
oh
Oh
wait,
yeah,
sorry,
like sorry, I was just gonna say having balance in our life and not doing too much of one thing. Uh,
100%.
when we do too much of one thing, we can have like anxiety, because we're just like our head, like our brain's only thinking about that one thing, so we start obsessing about that one thing, and then we don't have like, you know.
Dude, I couldn't agree more, because I can't even tell you how many times I've burnt myself out from like just like making music that's like, because when I write, I'm like writing from like such a deep part of myself, like,
Yeah,
and that's emotionally exhausting, dude.
it
So like,
is. Yeah,
so then when I come
and
out
you
of that,
don't
I'm
even
like,
realize it in the moment because you're
bro,
just like,
you're like
and then all
pumped,
of a sudden you're exhausted emotionally, and you're
dude.
like,
I literally, like, you're pumped for like, you're just so like, because you're like, when you make a great record, because when you're really writing from the heart, that's when great music happens,
mm-hmm.
I think, anyway. And I think that like when you come out of a song knowing that you like fully expressed yourself, and like that, like I feel like the music really speaks for itself, and then obviously that's great. And then I find like when I get to like the third or fourth play of that song or whatever I'm doing, that's when I'm like, oh geez, I like really like worked myself on that, and then and then I
Yeah.
start like overthinking and stuff.
Yeah.
But I really appreciate this, man. I'm gonna let you go, man. But
Okay.
I love this, man. I've loved this, man. And yeah, I'll speak to you soon, dude.
Dude, hell yeah. Keep making music because
Love, man.
it's inspiring, man, and
Appreciate it, man.
you're speaking to people's hearts with your music, and it's pretty awesome. Keep going.
Appreciate you, man. Have a great
Yes,
day, man.
sir. All
Peace
right,
out,
man.
bro. Bye bye.
Peace. Yes, sir. Trying to find. Hello.
Puta que. Hi.
Hi.
I love you. I love
Aw. What's your name?
you. My name is Camille.
Camille?
Um,
Where are you from?
Brazil.
Uh-huh. Are you having a good day?
I love you.
Thank you. Oh my goodness.
Ai, meu
Oh,
Deus.
man. What time is it there?
I love you. I love you.
Oh, thank you.
Love you.
How do I say I love you in Portuguese?
tem snap.
Fala, eu te amo.
Te amo.
Good.
Te amo.
Te amo. Okay, sweet.
I love you.
I love you too. I hope you have a good day.
I love you.
Nice to meet you. Hello, hello. All right.
Oh my god. Oh my
Hello,
god.
hello.
Hi. Oh my god.
How
Are
are
you
you?
kidding? Oh, oh shit. Hi. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I love your new album.
Thank you. Are you having a
Oh
good
my
day?
god, my heart. I'm not. Are you serious?
Dead serious.
Oh
Dead
shit. I love
serious.
your new album.
Thank you
Oh
so
my god.
much. Where are you from?
I'm from Saudi Arabia. I'm
Wow.
shaking.
What time is it there?
8.
8 o'clock. 8
Yes,
o'clock.
I'm
In
I'm
the
so nervous.
evening. 8 o'clock in the morning. Don't be nervous.
No, at night. I didn't think you're gonna guess me.
Well,
I'm about to cry. I'm so sorry.
don't cry.
I love Hold On. It's my favorite song.
Thank you.
Oh my
Means a
god, I
lot.
love you.
I love you too.
I'm
I hope you.
shaking. I don't know why.
Hey.
My heart. Oh my god, I
Well,
love you. I love you so much since I was little. Oh my god.
thank you. Well, um, this was fun, and I hope you
Yeah,
have a great
thank
rest of
you.
your day.
Oh my god, thank you.
All right. Peace.
Bye.
Going on?
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, hello. I'm from Nigeria.
How you doing, man?
I'm doing fine, man. I'm doing great. Man, I love you,
That's
man. I
good.
love
How's
you.
Thank you, man. How's your day going?
It's going cool.
That's good.
Yeah, bro.
So I was coming on here to talk about anxiety and kind of wanted to just talk to different people and their experience with anxiety. Do you ever experience anxiety?
I don't think so, but it is actually the same thing as depression.
Yeah, it's similar to depression. Being anxious. Do you ever feel that?
No, no.
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 No?
I don't think.
Man, you're lucky. Do you know anybody in your family who's experienced it?
Yeah. I got one. My cousin.
Wow. Well, I'm gonna continue to talk to people about anxiety and what that looks like for them, and try to find different tools to help people. But it was so nice to meet you, man, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.
Okay.
All right, man.
Okay. Bye, bro.
Bye, bro. What's going on, Ryan?
Yo.
Can man, it's really hard to I was like trying to figure out a way that I could like interact with people and have a conversation about anxiety, and it's way harder than I thought it was gonna be. Way harder. Do you want to help me
But
out here?
it's pretty cool just the kind of I don't know, where was that last dude from?
Nigeria.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Very cool.
Yeah, so what are your basic thoughts? Do you have any overarching themes that you want to express as
Well,
far as
all I know is that, social media can be a place to where there's so much comparison and so much, you see what other people are doing, and you wish that maybe you were doing more and all this sort of stuff. So I was just kind of just gonna ask different people what their experience with anxiety has been, and like maybe how taking breaks from social media can be important. I know
man,
that
it's
you do
so
that. I know
important.
that I do that. So like, what has that done for you?
Well, first of all, I think our brain, just from a brain standpoint, in terms of interacting on social media, you know what it does to our brain when we're even just scrolling Instagram. Each image is affecting our brain in a different way. So say you look at 10 images in 10 seconds, your brain's going like this. And so it's going to take a while to recover. So if you're doing that, some people are doing that 8 hours a day constantly. I think everyone kind of sees they get addicted to their phone. I mean, it's pretty common knowledge now. People just reach for their phone in empty space. We used to be able to enjoy empty space, and that's
Right.
what I realized, that I started
But
to
as
get
soon as there's a quiet moment, you're
pick your
reaching for your
phone.
phone and you don't even know why you're going on it. You're just like,
No.
okay.
And then so you're
Searching.
subconsciously taking in all of these responses.
Yeah.
Not to mention the fact that you're looking at, we all know, I mean, we've talked about this. This is all common knowledge about what we're looking at. People only paint the portraits of themselves that they want people to see. So you're not even taking in reality at that point. You're taking in a bunch of shows.
Wow.
We are all putting on our own little show.
Right.
And so I don't know. I've been taking various social media breaks over the past few months, and I find my brain like being really affected by the quiet moments. Like it's recovering, like it's not used to the quietness, so it's almost creating, like, I don't know, I've had some really weird of my brain just spinning out, and I'm like, what's going on? I think it's just actually trying to process and catch up to, I don't know, people that are much smarter than me that study the brain would know exactly what's going on. But I think after a few days of a social media detox, I start to feel like really refreshed. And I just think we're just so plugged in, man. It's a little unnecessary to be so plugged in. And even the interactions with people that we don't even know. I find myself interacting with people that I'll probably never even meet. And I don't necessarily know if that's the greatest
it can
thing.
affect the people who are directly in front of us, right? Don't you agree? Like, we're not
Yeah.
enjoying the people who are necessarily in front of us because, you know.
Yeah, why not be present, right? Like, why, if I'm hanging out with you, why am I picking up my phone and seeing what other people are doing?
Right, right. But
I
then
think,
there's a part of that that is actually, you know, helpful too, because you're getting inspiration, you know? Like, I look on Instagram and I, you know, if I find that I get inspired a lot of times too. So there's both sides of, like, if I'm seeing someone else do really cool stuff, I'm like, man, that's inspiring. I want to go do some cool stuff.
yeah, I think it's just finding the correct balance. But you happen to be, you know, I think you're very aware, right? So a lot of people aren't necessarily aware of that, the balance, trying to find a balance. So I think that's the biggest thing, is knowing, being intentional is what I was trying to say, being intentional about what you are using it for. Essentially, you're on Instagram right now, and because you have a very intentional reason. You want to talk about anxiety, you want to talk about helping people, etc. That's a very intentional aspect. It's not just like a brainless way to be on it. You know what I mean?
Right.
And just like finding inspiration, etc. But being aware, like, okay, well, this could go downhill very quickly. So, but being aware of the pitfalls, I guess, of it.
Right. Wow.
Have you been? I mean, have you been, struggling with any kind of anxiety lately?
No, but I was just watching something and it was talking about how, you know, we post stuff sometimes. I was starting to think whether, I'm like, man, is my posting all of this, like, stuff that like all of our accomplishments, like, is that more discouraging for people or encouraging? Because you got people who are like, man, look at what Justin's doing, and like, what am I doing?
Absolutely. Because
and
have you
and,
felt
and,
that
and so,
way?
like, my intention is to, like, yo, look what's possible. Like, I'm from a small town in Canada, and I'm living my dreams, and it's, this is pretty awesome, and I don't want that to turn into, like, somebody, living in their small town, like, yo, I man, I I and just feel discouraged because they're like, man, look at Justin's doing it, I'm not doing it, I wish I was doing it, I can't do it, rather than feeling encouraged by that. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. You're just empathetic. So, I think everybody's going to receive everything a little different, and it's tough to kind of I totally get what you're saying. You want to be an encouragement rather than a discouragement. We've all been there before, where we
Right. So I
look.
think maybe, I don't know, like, I've been trying to not necessarily make sure everything's super dialed in, like, as far as, like, perfection. Like, I think one thing about, like, the Seasons documentary is it showed me kind of in a really messy season. And I think, like, what can be tricky about Instagram is that, or social media in general, is that it shows people's best and, like, hides all of the other stuff. So it's like, you're kind of confused because all of you see is, all of this really dialed in stuff, and you're just like, man, you know.
Absolutely. So you felt that before from looking at other people's
Definitely.
posts. You've actually felt that, so you know that perhaps that's having the same effect on other people.
Exactly.
Do you
But
feel
then I
that?
know there are some people who are like, man, you make it feel like I can do anything too. So there's both sides of the coin.
It's a lot, bro.
Yeah.
So you that's just the reality of just how I think an empathetical, somebody who's aware of others is thinking.
Yeah. Thank you,
It's just
bro.
you're just thinking about everybody and just trying to help people.
Thanks, man.
I think that's admirable.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah, somebody just said comparison is the thief of joy. That is so
Wow.
true.
Wow.
But
We all experience that. You know, I experienced that. Just comparing myself to others, and I obviously that can make us feel just kind of not good enough, or you know, and that can steal our time and steal our, you know, purpose-filled life, right? Like, because we're worried about what someone else is doing rather than what God's put in our heart, maybe.
and just being present, right? Like just thinking, just being present and enjoying what we have right now. And that's the only thing we have right now is actually right now.
Yep.
Which is wild. So like even the conversation we just had doesn't exist anymore. The time doesn't even right now. Right.
It just keeps going.
So being aware of all that. It's tough, man. I think it's just tough right now. It's tough for a lot of people. It's tough. You know, I never thought that I would be having conversations about my own anxiety. You know what I mean? Or just what it's just wild.
I think too, like for someone in, I'd say, my position, to the outside world who looks like they're in this place of like ultimate success, right? Like, and I think reminding people that stuff doesn't just alleviate anxiety. Like anxiety, you know, sometimes, you know, things can get worse to a certain extent, you know, like, I don't know what I'm trying to say here, but
no, totally. I mean, there's just a lot. You got a lot coming at you. You got a lot that you want to do. You got a lot that you want to pour into others, etc. It's just a bigger world, a larger area of influence, territory of influence.
I guess what I want people to understand or know that, like, you know, God is here right now, and like the ultimate goal is just being with him, you know. And we're always going to be in pain. We're always going to be struggling, and there's always pain in this world, but God is with us through it. And that doesn't, you know, that's all I can say, I guess.
I'd love that thought. Just the idea that we didn't ask to be here. We didn't ask to be born. So if this life truly is a gift because it was just given to us and we didn't plan it, we didn't ask for it. And so then what is a gift essentially, right? Like God wanted us to enjoy it. I think God really wants us to enjoy this life and enjoy his presence. He's put so much in front of us to be able to enjoy. And let's not miss that, you know, let's not miss the simple things that when we look around that I'm just drinking coffee right now. Just the simple taste of coffee that I enjoy.
Wow.
So, you know what I mean? Just little things throughout the day. And I think that takes a little pressure off the moment by moment when you start to look around and be like, wow, there are things that I really enjoy being here for. And
you're not so consumed by the next thing and the next thing and the next thing, but you can actually enjoy the present, even in the struggle, even in the pain kind of thing.
Yeah, because what's the next thing? The next thing's always the next thing.
Yeah.
We hit benchmarks and we're always looking. You know, like, right, you have I believe you have a #1 record right now. And then is there a natural, do you have an inclination to be like, okay, well, what are we going to do next?
Right.
Like, do you feel that way?
Right.
Like,
Definitely.
and so other people wouldn't even see that. Other people be like, oh man, Justin's got huge album out right now, #1 song. He's got everything. But the natural inclination is always to just be like, well, what are we gonna do next? Rather than just be like, man, we got this day, we have this moment, we have so much. This life, it really is such a gift. It's crazy. We did not ask to be here.
Crazy.
But we get to be here.
It's crazy. ultimately life's a gift.
I always think of it this way, as when you start to think about a gift, right? Like if I gave you a gift, say I gave you something,
Mm-hmm.
a real gift, of course, it's yours. I don't expect anything from it. I just want you to have it, you and enjoy it. Of course, it makes me happy when you're responsible with it and you treat it correctly and you take care of it and you love it and you cherish it and you honor it. But ultimately, the gift is yours. If you smash it and break it, it's cool, right? Like that was my gift to you. You did with it what you felt.
Mm-hmm.
I think God's the same thing. When he created us, it's like a true gift, real gift. I really, I don't necessarily expect anything, but I do know that I want you to value it, cherish it, enjoy it, love it, honor it, and then that's gonna give us both just a real solid experience.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I think ultimately, like, when society and the world thinks about God in general, they think about rules and having to follow rules.
Bro, you know what? Judah and I were having this conversation the other day, and we talk about kind of our first experience. First, if you're reading the Bible, right, Genesis, and talking about Adam and Eve in the garden, and them eating the apple and God being very mad and kicking them out of the garden, right? That's the perspective of it all, like
Mm-hmm.
people's first idea or experience of like God being mad. But like, man, we were talking about this. It's actually not the case. That actually wasn't the case. He was actually setting the stage for humanity to be like rectified, but he was
Mm-hmm.
actually guiding them out of the garden essentially so that they wouldn't eat from the tree of life, right? So that he didn't want them to live forever in that decaying state. Rather, he wanted to
Mm-hmm.
so it's crazy. Even our perception of God, our perspective of God is that we can make him so mad and he's going to get angry. Going back to the garden, that actually wasn't of course he wasn't, he was disappointed, but he was still loving and guiding them.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? Rather than like this angry, get out of my garden that I made so perfect for you, blah, blah, blah. You guys are done. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Our perspective should be just like no, no, no. I want you to do this because it's going to work out better for you because I really love you.
Mm-hmm.